Is financial regulation an example of government overreach? Have you ever wondered if financial regulation is just too much government interference? This question is at the heart of many discussions, especially from a Republican viewpoint. They often argue that financial regulations can be excessive and can actually hinder economic growth. This belief is rooted in the idea that too many rules create unnecessary burdens for businesses, especially smaller ones like community banks. So, what exactly is financial regulation? It refers to the rules and oversight that governments put in place to maintain stability and fairness in financial markets. These regulations can cover a wide range of activities, from how banks operate to protecting consumers. However, many Republicans feel that these regulations can become overly restrictive. This can lead to inefficiencies and make it harder for new businesses to enter the market. One of the main arguments against financial regulation is that it often does not consider the unique needs of different financial institutions. For example, the Dodd-Frank Act was created after the financial crisis in 2008. Critics argue that it uses a one-size-fits-all approach that can be particularly tough on smaller banks. These smaller institutions may face higher compliance costs, which could lead to less lending in low-income communities. Additionally, some Republicans believe that certain regulatory bodies, like the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, have gone too far. They argue that this agency sometimes bypasses important procedures that allow for public input in rulemaking. This can result in rules that limit consumer choices without proper justification. In practical terms, this perceived overreach can show up in various ways. For instance, Republicans have been advocating for the removal of certain rules that were put in place during the Biden administration. They argue that these rules stifle competition and innovation. They want a regulatory process that is more transparent and considers the impact on all parties involved. The push for deregulation is often framed as a way to boost economic growth. Republicans believe that by cutting back on regulations, businesses can operate more efficiently and innovate more freely. This, in turn, is thought to benefit consumers. However, this perspective must be balanced with the understanding that some regulation is necessary to protect consumers and maintain financial stability. While financial regulation is important for keeping order in financial markets, many Republicans see it as government overreach when it becomes too restrictive or not tailored to the needs of different financial institutions. They advocate for a more balanced approach that supports economic growth while still ensuring protections for consumers.